Hello. So, oh, that's my phone going off. Hang on. Right, so I'm doing a Q&A, and while I'm doing that, I'm also going to be doing like a Gymshark haul. I have two big parcels here. So, but yeah, on my Instagram, I put like a story up asking what kind of questions you guys would like me to answer. And you guys went like kind of ham, I can't lie. Like, there is genuinely so many. Okay, first question. Where am I from? So I am from a place called Newcastle in the northeast of England. For anyone who's outside of the UK, I don't blame you if you don't know where that is, because I feel like most people outside of the UK just know of London, especially America. No offense to you Americans. I love my US audience. But yeah, I am from a place called Newcastle, and I moved to Manchester literally like 2.5 months ago, if you didn't see my moving in YouTube video. This is my humble kitchen. It actually, well, there's some dishes in the background, but it's tidy for once. To be fair, I am a pretty tidy person, but my room does get a bit messy sometimes. Next question is, how old am I? So I am 20, I nearly said 23, I'm actually 24. I'm 24 years old. My date of birth is 12th of March 2000. I feel like everyone always gets shocked when they hear my age. They're like, oh my god, I genuinely thought you were like 18, 19. I can sort of see it. I think my height doesn't help matters either. Because I am quite short, but I also I can't grow facial hair. Well, I do, but it's like honestly like stubble. Like I shave like every day. Like you might be able to see some stubble. I don't know if you can see that, to be honest. But yeah, this is quite a cool tank. It's actually quite nice. It shows off the arms quite well. I like it. How did I end up doing social media? I feel like this is a bit of a tricky one. No, not a tricky one, but so I started doing it when I was in uni. Like 2 years ago. Well, actually 3 years ago. I started my TikTok account 3 years ago. But yeah, I started when I was in uni, and it was like not in the intention of like, oh, I'm gonna be doing this as my job. Had no intention of that. So I dropped out of uni after second year, and I was like a year into doing social media. I didn't have any sponsors back then. I wasn't making like money off social media. And then I was working I was working at like a 9-to-5 job full time. And I really like it was like a desk job, and I realized like I didn't want to do this. Like this is really not what I want to do. So I started so after work I would literally go to the gym, start creating content and post it, and like that was literally my life for like a year. Like I would just go work, gym, content, post, and like I did that so much, and then eventually my following started growing, and then like companies like Gymshark reached out, My Protein. I started my own online coaching, and a year later after that, here I am. I have now been able to make social media my full-time job, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, that is sort of how I started social media. There wasn't like a reason why I started it. I just sort of fell in love with creating content and posting and like showing my journey. And yeah. Oh my god. No way, look how sick these are. Oh! Make them shorter. I changed the camera angle so it's a bit better. But yeah, they're sick. Oh, also, I've got to tell you, on the 27th of June, Gymshark are having the summer sale, which is their biggest sale of the year. Everything is up to 60% off, which is absolutely insane, using code CRISP. And my code does get you additional discount off on top of the sale. Are you dating anyone? Now, guys, look, I've got to set some rumors straight, yeah? Because I feel like people have gone a bit ham in the comments, or like created their own little thing that's going on. So I am single. I am very much single. So I am not dating James, okay? Me and James are friends, okay? I know you guys like, I know people, I get it. I get people like to ship us. Like, you know, we have good chemistry together, but we are honestly just friends. Now, Sam as well. I've noticed like, people seem to ship me and James on on TikTok, and then people seem to ship me and Sam on Insta. So I don't really know what's gone on there. I don't know how, and I honestly I don't fully understand it myself. Like you guys, like I literally reply to comments and I'll be like, we're not a couple, and people are like, yeah, right. I recently did a video with Millie. People are like, oh my god, Millie is secretly dating. Now guys, I get it. She was at my apartment like late at night when I posted a video. But there's a thing, like, I have a spare room, guys. Like, Millie was over creating content. Now, she also went on a date with a guy that night, okay? So me and Millie are not dating. So many. I've got so many clothes I need to go through. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I actually do. I have 2 younger sisters. You know who you are, Jasmine and Alicia. My sister Jasmine, she's 22, and then my sister Alicia is 18. I don't think I've done like a sibling reveal, so to do a sibling reveal, have them in a video with me one day. You guys can let me know. Also, okay, wow, this looks cool. Let me put this on. Oh, guys, look, they do it in black. Oh, guys, my life is complete. Look how cool this is. Where do you plan on traveling next? Okay, so I actually want to go to the US so badly. Now, some of you might already know this, but I swear to you, for the past 2 years, it is literally all I have thought about, okay? I want to go so badly, and I've decided I'm gonna go. In literally probably the next 2 months, I am gonna go to the US. I don't know where, because I know some of you guys have asked, like, oh, where do you want to go in the States? I'm not entirely sure. I do want to go, like, I do want to go to LA. Now, I know that's such a, typical place, like, you want to go to LA, like, and I've heard mixed things. People say it's good, people say it's bad. I get it, there probably is some maybe bad parts to LA, but I still want to go and say, like, you know, experience it for myself and get my own opinion. You never know, like, but yeah, I also want to go to Miami. I want to go to Texas, but they've got it in a nice grey as well. How did I become a Gymshark athlete? Now, I actually joined Gymshark. I used to be an affiliate for them for a year, so I joined them a year ago, and then only recently I became an athlete for them, which is something like I always wanted. It was such a dream come true when they gave me the proposal to become an athlete. Like, you should have seen, like, honestly, I got a bit emotional. The thing is, they reach out to you, so there's not like a way to like apply to become like a part of Gymshark. I think if you start posting on social media, they could be watching your account. You never know, but you'll not know until they reach out. Like, look at these. They're more mesh shorts. Like, guys. Oh, these are the cool basketball tees. How does it feel to have the rarest skin? Okay, I'm gonna answer this in like 2 parts because I couldn't find the actual question. If anyone doesn't know, I was born with a skin condition called epidermal nevus. Basically, my skin cells multiply too quickly. So actually, I'll just show you guys right now the 360 of my torso. So this is what it looks like from the front, and this is my back. There's like a swirl on this side, which I think is really cool. For its pattern as well, it follows something called the Blaschko lines. So everyone has invisible lines on their body that people like you can't see with the naked eye, unless I think you can see it with like a UV light, like a special UV light, something like that. Apparently cats and dogs can see the Blaschko lines too. Say if you had my skin condition, your pattern would look completely different. And then this is another one. Have you ever been insecure about your skin condition? So yeah, I used to actually hate it growing up, and it wasn't honestly up until like the age of like 20 where I actually started to accept it. And this is where like the gym was such a big thing for me. It really like allowed me to stop worrying about something I couldn't change, and the gym allowed me to focus on things I could change about myself, like, you know, like my physique. And it really sort of just gave me that like more positive mindset about myself. And then like over time, I genuinely like, this is, by the way, when I say I hated it back then, that's not the case anymore at all. Like I don't get insecure about my skin. I'm more than happy to, you know, even have my top off. Whereas like when I was younger, literally like when I was on holiday, like by the pool or like water parks, that was my worst nightmare. Oh, also in school as well, in like the PE changing rooms, like this sounds really sad, but we had PE kits, and I used to get changed, I would take my school shirt off, like one side, so the shirt would still be on this side, and then I would put my arm into my PE top, and then I would take the shirt off this side and put my other arm into the top, and then quickly like put it on so no one could see like my skin. I was so insecure about it, and it makes me sad when I do think about like how honestly I just didn't understand it back then. But I think that's the thing when you're a kid, you just don't. And one of the things someone said, like when people ask, oh, how did you become so confident? One, obviously the gym really helped me with my confidence, but two, like it really takes you to come to terms with it. Like it didn't matter, you know, what my friends or family would say. Like people can say like, oh, it's cool, but if it's not processing up there in your head that like, you know, this is what makes me different, I shouldn't be ashamed of it, then you're not gonna become more confident if you don't accept yourself for like who you are. And why worry about the things you can change? Like there is seriously no point. Stop worrying about the things you can't change and focus on the things you can change about yourself. That's obviously if you want to change things about yourself. I'm not saying like, you get what I'm saying. How did you meet James and Sam? Okay, so I actually met them too, like it was about a year ago, and it was through, I think it was James's first event that he ever did with Gymshark. He had just like signed as an athlete. And we met and like we spoke, and it was around the similar time I met Sam too. But from there we didn't hang out outside of events. Like so I would see Sam and I'd see James at like events throughout the year last year, but we wouldn't like do anything. We honestly wouldn't do anything. And then it wasn't until like later last year I messaged James on Instagram, and it was like around October, and I was like, hey, do you want to hit a gym session, like film some content, like get like a collab going? And he said yeah, and then we met, and it was in Nottingham. We had a gym session in Nottingham Strong, and then I started like speaking to him like over message after that, and then come December he invited me down to have a gym session in Manchester because he had just moved here. I hadn't moved to Manchester at this point. I was still living in Newcastle. So I drove 3 hours, and I came down and saw him, and then we had another gym session. That was about it. And then I was talking to him over Christmas, the Christmas period, and he was like, at the time I wasn't training properly, I can't lie. Like I was basically training like a bitch. So he's like, come stay at mine for a week and we will have a bunch of gym sessions and I'll teach you how to train properly. So I was like, okay, bosh, sound. And then yeah, like I started getting really close to James, and then I started in turn hanging out with Sam as well. And so me and Sam started hanging out loads, and it literally got to the point where I was literally living at James's or Sam's. And then I was spending like a week at Sam's at a time, and then I would go back home for a few days, and I'd literally come back down. And then yeah, it got to the point where I was like, right, I need to move. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at this. That's sick. I love this. It got to the point where I was like, every time I went home, I just didn't have a social life at home. Like I had no friends, so I was like, I need to move. And I literally found a place, had a viewing, found this place, and moved here in like the span of like a month after finding it. Honestly, probably one of the best decisions I've done. How do I feel about all the edits made of me? You know what? Some of them are actually so cool. I still find it mad that there's people making edits about me. But then you've got like the love edits, yeah, that make it look like that me and James or Sam are like a couple. And I'm like, guys, I explained to you already, I'm not dating no one, and there's not some secret romance behind cameras. Oh my god, you can't go wrong with socks. I needed these because these are pretty cool. These show off the arms really well. Gotta show you guys the mess on the floor. There's so many clothes everywhere. I gotta say, like, look how cool this fits. I actually feel jacked in this. This is like a drop arm, and it's got like a nice thing on the back. Like the first tank I was wearing with the arms on the side, but it has like this cool sort of like rock look on the back. Yeah, the Gymshark sale starts on the 27th of June, at 8 a.m. PST, which I think is 4 p.m. GMT in the UK. Someone said, what would you say your biggest achievement is so far? It's really a mix of things, you know, because like I've got like life sort of goals and then like sort of like I guess social media work goals where obviously I'm working with like my favorite brands. I became a Gymshark athlete. I'm working with my protein. I've been working with like Meta and Instagram. I did a series recently with them, which is unbelievable. The fact that, and it was also Instagram and Gymshark, so it was the two of them together, which is unbelievable. Like two massive brands that wanted me to host a series on like wellness. So I had a few of the content creators like me, Oyinda, Sydney, and Mema, and we spoke about what we had to overcome, like what adversities. We all sort of had a different background on what we used to struggle with. Life one as well. I'd say honestly, moving out. I never ever thought I would be in a position where I would be able to move out, and I did it. Like if you asked me like towards the end of last year, oh, are you gonna move out soon? I never thought that was gonna happen. I just was not in a position to do that. And then thankfully, like, you know, I mean, it's all thanks to, you know, you guys who use my code and, you know, watch my videos and support me. I wouldn't be able to, I guess, I wouldn't be able to pursue social media if I didn't have like a community. Okay, this is another question where it's like, when are you doing a meet and greet? Now this, so I'm assuming as well, like this would be like an event that I would do. I honestly, this year, I really plan to do a sort of event, hopefully, whether it be my own or one with Gymshark or one with my protein. I really would like that. I think it would be so nice to just bring everyone together. Yeah, I'm going to end it there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the Q&A and the Gymshark haul. Yeah, let me know what kind of video you want next. Love you guys, and I'll see you later.